Hey, Adam. So the offense kind of broke out in a big way, and that was a very, very good defense. So you're going into the bye here. I'm guessing you feel pretty good about not just winning, but going forward, and maybe that you've kind of found something you can hang your hat on here.
Yeah, well, I will say this. We talk about this a lot. We don't really want to ride the roller coaster, right? We don't want to say, okay, we played really well last week against a really good defense. We're good. We just got to keep doing that, right? We want to take the positives out of it. We still got to make sure that we're kind of taking that same approach every single week. Focusing on the process rather than the results. And I think it's important to overemphasize that because we talk about it in a bad loss, right? The first thing we talk about in a bad loss is, hey, let's not focus on the loss, let's focus on the process. So we need to continue to do that whether we win or lose. So I'd say that's kind of how I feel about that.
Gotcha.
Joe?
Yes, Adam, I'm just wondering, what does this team have to do to get to that next level? That when you have a team down, that you get that drive to put them away. You stalled out a couple of times on that yesterday, and I'm just wondering if that's just that part of the process, the next level to get there.
Well, I think when you get in those situations, the way that this team is built, you have to make the most of maybe a limited opportunity. You have to make a play in a crucial spot to put away the game. We had a couple opportunities. Myself, I look to myself first. Could have made a play to basically end the game, and it was one chance, one opportunity, but you got to run your best route in that situation at that time, and you got to make the play. So I think there's always kind of one of those plays out there that it's like, we make this play, we finish the game, and so that's probably the next step is just continuing that mindset of that next play is the most important play, and making sure that whatever play is called, we're making it work.
Arif?
Hey Adam, KJ Osborn caught the game-winning touchdown in the game. He's now averaging 51 yards a game, which is more than any third wide receiver the Vikings has done since 2009. So it's a pretty big step forward for the offense. Can you tell us a little bit about what KJ Osborn has done well to be trusted in big situations like that and see the field so often?
Well, I think it's his consistency. From day one that he got here, he's been the same guy. He wants to be great. He wants to learn. He wants to. He practices hard. He does the little things. He knows the offense extremely well. He knows all the different positions. They can move him around, do different things with him. And then he's a gamer. When his number is called, he continues to show up and make plays, big plays, and big moments. So, he's a great guy, great teammate. He's great for our wide receiver room. He kind of brings a different personality to our room, a little bit different than some of us, outspoken guys, I should say, but which is good. It's great to have different personalities. He's got that calm demeanor all the time. So thankful that he's on our side and really has helped us be a good offense.
Courtney?
Hey Adam, I know you've made a lot of tough catches, especially in the red zone this year. But can you walk us through that one from yesterday as you're, diving? Did you know you were in immediately?
I didn't know I was in. That's why I didn't really celebrate too much, just because of where I was on the field. But honestly, it was huge of Kirk to trust me and just to throw it, even though there wasn't a whole lot of space there. And just to give me that opportunity to try to make a play. I told him during the game that was actually the exact same route, exact same spot on the field, same corner of the end zone, same pylon that I dropped against Carolina in 2017. So I'm glad we finished that one because that had been two plays, literally identical plays. The one was from Case Keenum, bounced off my chest and dropped a touchdown, but glad we finished that one.
Matthew?
I was thinking there was another catch that was called not a catch in Carolina in that game that maybe you're still salty about. But
I am. It was the next play.
I figured. It seemed like after the block punt, there was just something that was sparked in the offense that became more aggressive and successful. Is there anything that you can pinpoint from that to carry over?
I think we have so many. I don't know if I'm saying too much here, but I think we have so many guys in this team that handle their business, that do the right things, that are locked in, that are focused. That sometimes we forget to like bring that juice, bring that excitement on the sideline. And I'm literally pointing all the fingers right at myself because I have a habit to kind of go in my own little zone and to kind of just focus on the next play, right? But I think what happened was we had a bunch of guys that right after that happened that kind of stood up and said, you know what, like we're a little dull right now on the sideline, and we need to get going. And that's not necessarily focus in more, none of that. It was just let's get some energy on the sideline, whether we're on offense or defense. Let's get some energy going in. I think that's what kind of got us kind of out of that funk a little bit. And sometimes when you have a play like that and they take a lead, you just lock in a little bit more, and you know that hey, we got to go now. We can't just keep milling around and see what happens. We got to go. So and then it just took one play. I think it was Hammer's breakout run right there that kind of just sparked us and got us moving.
We'll go to Andrew and then John, Courtney, and Will, and end after Will.
Yeah, Adam, that energy you're talking about, is that a reason you think maybe why the 2-minute offense has been so successful too when you get into those situations and you guys know you need to play?
Yeah, I think it kind of goes to just the guys we have on our team. We have a bunch of fighters, a bunch of guys that they're not stressed out. They're just going out there and it's just laser focused. And there's not a lot of talk. We're saying the huddle, and it's just kind of like, we're kind of just waiting for that play to start to just get going. But I think there's a lot of factors that lead into that success. We were talking after the game. How many times, the coaches have. Kirk and I were talking, and then with Coach Kubiak, we do these walkthroughs after during the walkthrough during training camp every single day, and it was kind of like every day you're just like, we got to go do this walkthrough, and it was a 2-minute walkthrough, and it was just the guys that weren't involved in special teams, and we did it every single day, over and over and over and over and over every single day. And looking back, and you're like, okay, I think that definitely helped us moving it forward into the season. Just have confidence in what we're doing, not have to overthink things because we've heard it a million times. And it's those little things, those little details that you can look back on to say, okay, that is paying off. And then obviously there's so many things. Play calling, Kirk's obviously has done a phenomenal job of spreading the ball around and letting guys make plays. So. There's a lot of factors that lead into that success, and we have to continue to do that because then we talked about also it's every game involves a 2-minute drive, whether it be at the end of the half, end of the game. That's just how this league is. So we got to continue to be locked in there and ready to continue to have success there.
John?
Just real quick, I wanted to. You mentioned that you thought you left a play out that maybe would have sealed the game, and I'm wondering if you were talking about that kind of up for grabs ball on the sideline there in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
Okay, that looked like a tough catch. If it would have been, was that closer than I thought, or?
Oh yeah, no, it would have been a tough catch. I wish I had ran a better route and gave him a little bit more space to throw it. But like I said, those are the situations that you got to be just extra detailed. Focused and locked in because you might not have a whole opportunity because you're trying to run some clock out, but when you get to that third down, you make that one play and it can end the game.
Yeah, thanks, Adam.
Courtney?
Mike Zimmer had mentioned, multiple points this season at the end of the first half that there have been a couple mistakes from the offense that he's seen in the 4-minute offense and 2-minute offense, and I know yesterday. You guys weren't able to. You had those 2 drives, the one with like the 4-minute, and then there was one with like 30 seconds, and you weren't able to come away with points from that. What going into the bye week do you think the focus should be on being able to finish the end of the first half better?
Yeah, that's a great point. I think there's some areas where we just, we've kind of had some tendency to have a little lull. And I think it's just continue to focus on the process again. I hate to say that again, but I think instead of kind of being so focused on we got to finish, we got to do this, we got to come out of the half good. That's all great, but at the end of the day, it's just continue to work, continue to focus on the process, continue to understand the playbook, understand what coach is going to be calling in certain situations. Now that we've had him for weeks now. We kind of know what he's going to call in certain situations and be able to trust it and just go make a play. So we just got to continue to do our job and focus and practice, walkthroughs, be really detailed. But I don't think it's got to be an emphasis on things. I think it's just got to be, hey, when a play's called, we got to make sure that we got energy and focus and go out there and try to do our best.
All right, last one for Adam as well.
Yeah, going back to KJ, what did you think about him breaking out the Diggs helmet toss celebration there? And then what was it like just to kind of celebrate with him and see him have that moment, considering how far he's come in the last year?
Yeah, I think that's when you have moments like that, I think it's just a lot of emotion that kind of comes out at once because of all the hard work. You see those emotions out of guys that put in the work, and he's one of those guys that just puts in the work. I saw what he was doing this offseason and the way that he was training, from afar, from Instagram and things like that, and I could tell that he had a different mindset. He wanted to have an opportunity to have success. So I think in a moment like that, it just kind of bursts out because it's like, man, all the hard work, all those tough days in the summer that you didn't want to do it, but you knew that it was going to pay off, and then it pays off. It's fun to see guys have success that do the little things, that put the work in, put the time in, and then are good teammates. So super happy for him, and he's going to continue to make big plays for us, and he's going to help us win games.